You guys are bombarded with advertisements up the wazoo, bombarded with conflicted messages and exaggerated claims, really making it hard to determine what's real, what's factual, what's tangible, what's within our reach to get that end result. We're diving into the world of marketing and one man. That man is known as Alex Hormozi. This episode is dedicated to you, brother. His work has completely transformed the landscape of marketing agencies as we know it. Hands down. If you've been following his work, then you might know how impactful he has been up until this moment. But with any disruption, there is both positive and negative ripple effects that come with it. Let's go down the rabbit hole into how Alex Hormozi changed marketing as we know it. Now, let's just make one thing clear. I am a fan myself of Alex Hormozi. I'm not a fanboy, but a fan. I like to consume his content, and I have read both of his books up until this point. I have the audio version of $100 million offers, and I have the hard copy here as well, which I've read a couple of times at this point. With that being said, I also have the audio version of $100 million leads as well on Audible. This is quite the opposite. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Fit for Business with me, Jared Lane. As always, if you guys are watching for the very first time, and you're on YouTube, if you can go ahead and tap that subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify for the very first time, please do us a favor, a solid if you would, and tap that follow button. Welcome to episode 22. Let's see how much slack I get for this shit. So again, for those of you who are not familiar with Alex Hormozi, his name loudly resonates in the landscape of marketing as we know it. As I mentioned, he's the author of $100 million offers and $100 million leads, both of which I highly recommend, by the way. But, his initial claim to fame, if you don't know or not familiar with it, really came from him being able to market and attract a lot of quality clients and prospects in his niche industry, which was gym owners. Gym owners with his company, Gym Launch, which he later sold for a boatload of money. Kudos to you. Just to get to know Alex a little bit more. Alex's success, from what I gather, wasn't just about clever marketing tactics. It was really about understanding his audiences and the nuances, right? Which was deeply creating offers that were just too good to refuse. Here's a quote from Alex's book. I'm going to read it verbatim. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Alex Hormozi. Alex's methods are revolutionary. He blew open the floodgates with his strategies and his tactics. Those strategies and tactics were both innovative and very effective. His playbook, one of them, as we know it, has become a Bible for marketers, entrepreneurs, and small business owners today. And they attempt, and some of them have, replicated his success. One of his standout techniques was really to create irresistible offers, right? If we read his material, listen to his material, he said this time and time again. And he always talks about it if you consume his content on any one of the major platforms. And this really wasn't just about discounts or bonuses per se, but truly understanding the pain points of your audience, and in this case, of his audiences, and being able to respond to them in such a way, case in point, that it felt very personalized. So for that being said, we can recall a time when Alex helped a small gym business owner double down on their memberships in less than 6 months, or some time frame of that he's explained time and time again, by simply helping that small business owner restructuring their offers. But here's where things for me get interesting. While Hormozi's strategies have had monumental success, monumental, you can't take that away from him, and I never would. Those tactics and strategies that are trying to be deployed today and duplicated have opened up the doors for a new breed of marketer. Unfortunately, those marketers are not all skilled and ethical, and that's where we're going here. This proliferation of so-called marketers who try to mimic Alex tactics without truly understanding them have had major impacts across the board, really, with a glut of outlandish and really unrealistic promises and expectations. Promises like triple your revenue in a month or guaranteed results with zero experience. I've seen countless social media ads claiming impossible and intangible results. And it's clear that those individuals have no real business being in the industry and no real nuances on the grass of marketing itself. What's the result? Consumers, people watching and listening today, you guys are bombarded with advertisements up the wazoo, bombarded with conflicted messages and exaggerated claims, really making it hard to determine what's real, what's factual, what's tangible, what's within our reach to get that end result. It makes it hard to determine what's real, what's not. Fiction, nonfiction. The confusion really undermines marketing as a whole. When every other YouTube ad promises unrealistic results, it really dilutes the effective impact that marketing can have. You know, small businesses and startups in particular, these businesses alike really suffer hands down because they're the ones that are most susceptible to these inflated claims that are being made by these ad gurus. They invest in these promises time after time only to be let down. Despite these challenges, let's not forget the immense value that the GOAT, Alex Hormozi, has brought to the table, or brought to the marketing world, I should say. Again, he is indeed a rock star, a GOAT, if you will, in this domain. The methods that he's shown have really been proven to be invaluable. They provide so much knowledge in depth for those that really take the time to truly understand what it means to create an offer that can guarantee results. Again, I, for one, am a huge fan of Alex Hormozi. Such a big fan that one day I would love to have him on this podcast, the Fit for Business podcast. So, Alex, if you're listening, wink, wink, consider that an open invitation, sir. Alex has undoubtedly disrupted the marketing world as we know it, as I've said throughout this entire episode. His methods have set new standards, bar none, but they've also created new challenges. It's up to us as marketers and consumers to navigate this landscape with being able to show what's real, what's not real, and also, by any means, have integrity. Thank you for lending your ears and, most importantly, your attention. This has been Fit for Business with me, Jared Lane.